Okay, do you want to read what Katrina says there?
For sure. All right. Katrina is saying, "Hi all, I have some big expenses looming, which I can pay outright, but I'm looking at credit cards to points hack. First is a car. After my third-hand car I've had for 15 years was taken to the scrap heap months ago. This will probably set me back $25K for an X demo. Do they even do cards? Can I split cards? The others are 2026 Europe trips. Amazing. All 3 are unavoidable. I can pay them outright as I'd budgeted hard for all of these, but I'm sure there's some savvy credit moves. Any tips are welcome. 2 unavoidable Europe trips sounds great.
Sounds, it's either family stuff or holidays.
Yeah.
Well, like, do you, and this is not an interview for you, but like, when you went to overseas for like honeymoons and whatnot, like, are you using credit cards or did you guys just cash flow it with cash?
We did use credit cards as well, just because we had some expenses from the wedding that we had just before our honeymoon. So it just seemed like we're going to spend the money anyway. We had it sitting there, helped pay for our flight then off on our honeymoon. So it was a very tight timeline, which we sort of accrued and used those points, and I think it worked for us. But I know you're less of a fan of the points hacking life.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know, if someone asks me what I think, I'll tell them. But, you know, if you live by the sword and you die by the sword. So we know on balance the reasons credit card exists are because people spend more than they can afford and can't pay it back in time and pay interest. Like, that's fundamental. And when it comes to politics and religion, I'm not a huge fundamentalist, but with the credit card stuff, you kind of got to be. Like, the whole reason they exist is to make money from sloppy emotional behavior. And everyone who's ever paid interest on a credit card has got that credit card going, I'll be able to control this. Ta-da! End up in credit card debt trying to shake it. So on the car, sure, if you're using it just to kind of flush the money through, there are some dealerships that will take the credit card, but you'll have to pay a surcharge. There are dealerships that will take the credit card, but only up to 5 or 10K. So I'm not too worried about that. For the trips, like, sure, I just did my around the world trip, and I paid for that because it was primarily a business trip with the conference and then the stuff in London. I used the Qantas business Amex that we've got in the business, which I've talked about on the podcast before, just to activate the travel insurance. So I did that. Look, you can do it if you want, but I just want to say, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. When I was, like, I've just spent just under 5 weeks away, I just literally used my Up Visa debit and my Wise card, not credit at all. I used credit once because I hired a car, gave them my Up card, and they're like, oh, have you got a credit card?
Right.
I'm like, oh, yeah, sorry, here's one. But
they can put the hold.
I have hired cars before without a credit card, but there was a trap. In the States, weirdly, if you hired the car from the airport, they wouldn't take any other payment. It had to be a credit card. I Ubered downtown to the other location and I could use Visa debit. Oh. Like, same brand, like Enterprise or something like that.
Did you find it so strange how you have to fill up your car with petrol in the US? Because you need to pay in advance, or if not, they put a huge holding fee on your card until they calculate how much you're actually topped up. They're very trusting in Australia in comparison.
Yeah, although it's sneaky in. Like, I'm pretty sure the Costco I filled up and it's prepay at the pump. Yeah. And they'll just do like $100 hold. But yeah, you're right. In the States, you have to go in and go, I want $50 or So
different.
Yeah. So look, I can pay for them outright as I budgeted hard for these, but I'm sure there's savvy credit moves. Any tips are welcome. Knock yourself out, but don't whinge if you overspend. Don't whinge if you end up paying. Like, that's I'm probably just getting more like, not as telling people what to do. I'm just like, I'm Glenn, this is what I do. And I don't go around chasing points, to be honest.
It's a good sign that she has it all budgeted for. I think that's, On the right track.
Totally. But yeah, the car thing, you're going to probably cap out at 5 or 10K. And also, realistically, with the car thing, you don't want to just, if you're buying second or third hand car and you're hell-bent on paying some more with credit card, you have to go to a dealer. If we're buying second-hand car, there might be a better deal not from a dealer. They're not going to pay with credit anyway.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
There you
Enjoy
have it.
the trip, Katrina. We'll leave it there. We'll come back for a short after party and I'll just take a few moments to give everyone a bit of an update. Maybe I'll share the highlights of my time
Would love to hear
overseas. So we are recording this on Tuesday the 7th of October. I arrived back in Australia 2 days ago. It's the first time in the studio for a long time. Kat, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's amazing. Feels good to be in the blue studio.
Yoo-hoo! Hey, it's Glenn here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You made it to the end. Can I ask a favor? Can you hit that like button and maybe hit subscribe if you want to get notified when we release further videos just like this one, whether you watch the Money, Money, Money podcast or Retire Right. And remember, if you want to learn more about investing, I've got an investing book, The Quick Start Guide to Investing, and there's a link in the description to get your hands on a copy. Thank you so much. Bye.